Hi, it's Jez from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm taking a little break from my little folio. I haven't forgotten about it. I will return to the little projects for that. And I'm going to do a design team project for Rach Bella Crafts using the new, gosh, I've forgotten what it's called. It's a blue collage kit. It's probably not called that. I'll link it all down below and I might flash up the title if I remember. Anyway, I downloaded it and I fell in love with it, so I thought, well, I'm going to do something with this first before I finish the other project. So lots and lots of lovely collage pages. Rach has done a flip through on her channel. I'm only halfway through that video. So I just loved these beautiful sheets. Now that might look familiar. So she's done them, she's sort of done them in pairs, she was explaining. So some are plain and some have got extra little bits on. Yeah, so I liked that. I did. So there we go. There's another. There's another. So that's the one. You can see it's the same. Got a little flower there and got a little flower there. And then this one, like so. So those were the collage sheets. Now I'm going to turn them over. And then there's other beautiful background sheets on the back, and I've made these double-sided because the project I've got in my head that I want to do requires printing front and back. These are all printed on 120 GSM presentation paper, so not real thin, not card. I would have probably done that way up. Anyway, I haven't, so it doesn't really matter. So that's those. I've picked out a few of the sort of fussy cut sheets. I really liked these two envelopes. I wasn't sure if I'd use anything else, but I definitely use those two. I really liked the flowers and I loved that book. I don't tend to do people in my journaling, but they are nice if you like that. I loved the butterfly. I liked the jar. I don't know if you've seen one of my hauls, but I just bought one of these like sun parasol things with lace on. So that's a super. I'd love to ride around on a bike like that with flowers in. And then I like these. These are kind of Eastery themed. I love that. I don't do animals. Quite like that. And then I printed these 4 to a page because I was thinking about just having a little bit of something plain behind some of these fussy cuts to go on a tag. And then I thought actually they're a little bit smaller than I want. I got these pockets and I reversed them. Rach was explaining in her video that she just did them this way. And I know what she's saying, that when you create them in Photoshop, it's, you know, flipping them the other way is, you know, a little bit problematic. And you will see, because I have flipped them, I flipped them in my printer and all the words have gone backwards. So that's probably what she was meaning in terms of it just sort of not being as easy and straightforward. So you basically have to create all over again. But I didn't mind because I thought, well, I'm gonna put some things on top of these pockets, so I didn't really mind. So as I say, I did this one for having some plain backgrounds in the back of some of the fussy cuts. Didn't think they were big enough, so I then printed 4 per page so that they would be a good size. I printed on the back as well. Didn't really need to. It was a misprint, and this is just an extra because I had a misprint. So I've just got an extra one. It is an extra one, isn't it? Yeah, it is an extra one there. So there we go. So I might actually use my extra one to sort of start with the explaining what I'm gonna do. So I wanted to make a little quick, easy journal, and I'm gonna sort of turn it up so I can sort of create some pockets and fold in half. It's too wide. I've done this before with like 6x6 paper, and then I've cut down to 8x8. Quite like 8x8 because you get 4-inch wide. You kind of end up with this sort of size. This is 4x6, so you'd get like a 2-inch pocket if you did it 8x8. Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking I'd do. This is actually 8 1/4, so I might do 8 1/4, and then I've got a square. And I guess if you're somewhere else in the world, you might have different sized paper. You might be 8 1/2, in which case you would probably cut this at 8 1/2. Now looking at that I quite fancy the butterfly, so I might go this way. So if I go 8 1/4, I have definitely got a square then. Don't mind cutting the flowers in half, but I didn't want to cut, because that's still a usable piece as a pocket, whereas half a butterfly not quite so much. So that's that. Now then, I'm thinking what am I thinking in terms of what size I want to do a pocket? 1 3/4, or do I want to do 2? 2-inch pocket. Quite a good size to say you want to do a 2-inch pocket, if I'm honest. So I'm gonna score this. You can, of course, just fold. Now that is, of course, going to be the wrong way. Oh, I could do it that way. It does make it upside down that way. But my thoughts were to do it that way. That was my thoughts. Now, and then I'm just going to fold this in half. I like this trimmer because I've got a little bit of a lip there, which I like for doing things like this. You could do this with scrapbook paper. Oh, Rach Bella kits are on 30% off, I believe. I'll link all of that malarkey down below. So, and then we fold it that way. And there you've got just a nice beginnings of a little journal with ready-made pockets. And then your offcut that you've made, that could make pockets. It could be a side pocket, it could be a front pocket, it could be part of a tag that might fit in there. So that is what I was thinking that we'd do. So I could grab another sheet. Right, we're not going to grab the one that's the same as that. Let's grab this one. So we're cutting off. Let's maybe do it a little bit easier. What are we actually cutting off? We're cutting off 3.5 inches. And we're scoring at, do it that way, 2. And we're folding this in half. was just thinking I might go the other way. And then that comes up like that. And then fold it in half. So then we've got second page. So then we've got these on the inside, and again you've got the offcuts to create pockets on these somewhere. If you want to cut it down, do it however you want. So this one, let's cut another 3.5 off, and then I might finish the rest off camera so you see what I've got left. I might do this the other way around. So there's 2. Get rid of the trimmer blade. And I might do that. So it's on that side. If I put that between those two, so we've got a page like that, pages like that, that next to that, like it, that like that, that one next to that one. There we go. So if I do another pattern one with it on the outside, that will work. So I'm going to carry on with that, and I'll come back to you when they're ready. So that's them all done, and whilst I was watching the telly last night, I inked round them all. So I like a bit of inking. Obviously, that's not compulsory, you don't have to do that. And whilst I was doing it, I've changed my mind of what I was doing, because I was talking about it being like that, and I was thinking those 2 pages look nice together, as do those. And then I was thinking, oh, that's not actually what my original idea was. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue these 2 together. So each one is going to be put together by gluing. So this makes a page, and you're going to create a pocket in each of these as well. So what I'm going to do is put them all on top of each other, because I want the pockets to be lined up. Now you could do top pockets and side pockets, but the trouble with the side pocket is that you end up with a bit sticking out that way, and I don't want that. So we're going to have them all as top pockets. So I'm going to get my circle punch. What have I got up there that I could use? Because I can't, can I get to? Oh, you can. So just seeing if I could get to my 2-inch punch, and I managed to. So I'm going to get them all up together. I wanted them in the same place. So there we go. Let's go down there. I'm looking now. I don't want my 2-inch punch now. Yeah, really good and indecisive as per. Have I got my 1.5 handy? What's that one? Leaning over. 1 3/4. Yeah, I think we'll have that one. And will you go through them all? Not quite, but I've made enough of a mark, I think. So if I can do 2 at a time now. Let me get my glasses. I've made enough of a divot to see where we're going. In there. There we go. And then let's take the next 2. Now you can line up so you can see where they are, but I can see where there was a little bit of a cut there, so I know they're going to be in the right place. Let's see if I can get 3 now together. There we go. So they're all done and they all line up. So that was my front cover. That's going to glue to there. So you might say that, so you're not going to see much of the outsides. You just see the outsides on the pocket bit, but you do see a bit where your pocket's going to be. Now we do want to ink round those little bits there. Obviously if you don't ink, then don't do it. So this is, I've made loads of these before. I've done them with double-sided scrapbook paper, so you could do it with that. I've done it with 6x6 paper. You could do it with 8x8. They're just a really, I have done it with 12x12 paper as well. So what I've done with 12x12 is score it at 6 and then I've scored it up at 3. So you end up with a 9x6. It's quite a nice size. So I do have videos on that through my channel. So then you just glue. Oh, I'm struggling to get. Thank you. So I'm going to put glue obviously around the 3 sides. You can glue these up as well. So let's do that. Let's glue. Oh, you need poking, don't you? I was hoping to get this finished and up on my channel on my usual Friday slot. I am trying to keep up with my normal schedule, but it is difficult. It really is at the moment. So you get what you get really from me. And I thank everybody who's watching me and liking and commenting and keeping my channel going. I have dropped back in views and that because I'm not making so many, but I am very grateful for those that are still keeping up with me. Ed's got his brother and wife visiting today and they're just watching a little bit of telly, so I said, oh, can I slip away now and see if I can finish this video. So they have come to see him after all and not me. So let's see if you'll come out now. There. Got to remember now to cut out 2 minutes. Here I was trying to unplug this. And now I've got it. So just do these side bits. I'm not going to bother with the inside because they're not really going to come forward there. So let's do this one. I'll just show you on a couple and then I'll get the rest done speeded up, I think. I mean, you can do the centre. I like art glitter glue for the quickness, but it's not actually my favourite glue. So they're down. So now I'm going to go down this core, down each of the long sides. I'm going to come in a little bit. Normally you would do like thin beads, but when it's got to hold the whole of the little journal together, I like to have that little bit thickness. Still having a bit of bother with this glue. Anyway, I might have cleared a bit of a lump there. Right. I don't want it to ooze too far over, so I am gonna, because we do want to put tags down it, so I don't want it to end up oozing all the way in the middle, so that no tag will go down it. And now we do want to line these up together, and it's art glitter glue, which you don't really get very much wigglage with it. And I find that art glitter sometimes wrinkles, which is why it's not my favourite glue. No wigglage and a slight bit of wrinkling. And I'm hoping when that dries, that little bit of wrinkling that I can see will disappear. So now what we've got is we've got page there with a pocket, page there with a pocket, nice big pocket there, open it up, page there, and we've got the beginnings of the next pocket. So let's do that again to make sure you're with me. So glue your sides down, go down the middle if you so wish. Making ourselves nice pockets. I do love this paper. You can, if you want to, do your little divots on these bits as well. I'm not. I don't think it's required. And then we are going to go down here again. You're going to play ball. Oh, I think you're flowing now, aren't you? There we are. Did I speak too soon? There we are. I think partly because I haven't used my glue bottles for so long that they are drying a little bit quicker than they would normally do. There we are. I'm going to put the lid on this because when I do the next one I think I might use my colour. So there we go. Now when I normally make this, I normally do it with 4 pages. I'm doing this with 5, but normally I do 4 Make little mini albums. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So normally I'd do a 4th one and that would be the end of it, but I'm adding extra. I'm doing it with 6, so it'd be slightly bigger than I would normally do it, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to carry on, but I'll speed things up. So that's them all now glued together with our pockets there and our pockets there, and made a bit of a boo-boo in that when I cut all these divots, is I cut a divot there at the back. Of course that was supposed to be the back cover, so I've had to cut another bit same size. Oh, I could put that on the cover. I was thinking, do I want that as the back cover? No, I think I will have that as the back cover. So I'm going to glue this to there, and then we have got a little pocket there. And now I'm doing that, I'm thinking I could actually put a bit of ribbon or something on the inside. It will mean, you know, to do the closure, it will mean that anything that goes in that pocket will have a bit of a ribbon. So it might be a smaller thing in the back there that I do. So I'm just thinking about what ribbon I'm going to put on this. So she says just lean in. This is quite a thin ribbon, but I think this might look quite nice tied in a bow. Yeah, I think we might use you. Just do that. I have a ribbon drawer right next to my desk, so I was just thinking I'd just open that and see what's in there. So I'm going to glue that to there. I might just use a bit of tape to keep it in place. Shall I? Yeah, I will. So we'll just put a little bit of tape across the middle. Let's go for the middle, about there. That'll do. And then we'll just stick that down across there. so when you're putting something down, it will catch on that a little bit, but don't think it's a major issue. So now we just want to put glue around these 4 sides like we did before. I say, if you don't do a divot on the last page, don't need to do this. And I don't think there's any issue with having a bit of ribbon showing around the back anyway. It was just a thought. Whilst I'm doing it, I could encase the ribbon. And I'm going to just put a bit down there and down there. To hold it in. And then we'll glue this down. To that bit. So that's the closure done as well. And so we've got a little bit of spine there, and what I usually do is cover that with something. So I am going to just tie this up. So if you do your knot 90 degrees to where you want your bow to lie, then when you've tied your bow, it will sit where you want it. Like that. There we go. So I'm just going to take a bit off there. You're all right. So then I want a little bit of something round the spine. So I'm going to look here. So I could go something plainer actually. That would be quite nice. Just on the spine. So quite like it there. So what have we got? That's about 1 inch. So if we go for 2 inches plus a little bit. Our spine is about 1/4. So we go 2 inches. I'm going to go just shy of 1/4, I think. Or maybe I'll go the full 1/4. There we go. And we want to cut it down to, I did 6 3/4, and then I just cut a smidge. This is how I measured it before, to be about the right length. Yeah, just checking I had done that right. And then let's do 1 inch either side. I'm going to do a score. So score at 1 inch. And score at 1 inch. And then we should have a bit of a spine. Not a very big one, but it isn't a very big spine. just going to have that on the spine to cover up the gubbins, like so. The spine is slightly too big, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get my scoreboard and do some extra little lines so that it looks a bit more decorative. So we're going to score like that was scored. We're going to score down there. Oh, either side as well. And I'm going to go the whole hog and score all the way along. Then we'll just give it and then what we're going to do is around about where I did the initial scoring, going to ink up the middle one as well. Yeah, so we've just got a little bit just sort of curve it round a bit. You can do it with your bone folder just to give it a little bit of curvature. Where you've kind of scored it, give it a little bit of movement. Because we're just gonna glue it. We're not gonna glue it at this bit on the spine because we want it to still open, and if that was glued it would just be all a little bit messy. So I'm going to put the glue along the edge. Coming in about 1/2 inch. And so, maybe a little bit more. I'm just avoiding the middle section where the spine is. So I'm going to glue that to the back, about there. I've got the score line at the edge of the spine. And then we're going to glue again from this line here, so where the initial score was, so that there's no glue in this centre part. I think I said coming in 1/2 inch. It's not, it's a whole inch. really just decorative. It's not actually serving much of a purpose, covering up that gubbins, and it is sort of holding the two ends together. So now we want stick that down there. So that's our, gonna just put that up there. So that is a little journal. Opens up and you've now got two pockets. I'm actually gonna go up that center one. There we go. Decided in the end I do want to. I'm going to put tags in there, tags in each of these, so you've got loads and loads of room. Do a nice little quick base for your journal. So now we need little tags and things, and this is me changing my mind. So where I'd made some pockets, I'm actually not going to use them. Where are my pockets? Yeah, so I did these pockets, but I'm not actually going to use them. Where I thought I was going to have both sides of this page here that I've stuck together, I would have put pockets on, but I'm not actually going to do that. I'm going to make some tags, but I think we'll do that in the next video. I might just put something on the front there. Let's have a look at some of this ephemera. Want something blue, maybe that butterfly. Yeah, I think we're probably looking at that butterfly to go on the front there. So we'll just fussy cut that out with my Tim Holtzy scissors. So that's that bit fussy cut, and then this is where I want to bring in the plainer bits that I've done to make it stand out. I say I did these tags, but they're not quite big enough, so I've gone for these here. So you are going to get a bit lost. Now there's a bit of me that thinks actually, although these are quite small, that I could layer it up. So a bit on this and a bit on that. So I'm going to, let's take a bit of this, rip that away. I didn't really want it ripping. But something like that. That make it stand out on that, or should I put it maybe on that? Yeah, I've done that. So I'm going to take a bit of this and layer it on that as well. So I'm going to, got a nice rip-de-rip. Let's go down here. Let's go all the way down. So I want that as well. I do actually want it a bit thinner than that. Fit on there. I might even take a bit off the bottom, like so. So I'm liking that, so then we'll just have a bit of this on the back. So I'm going to take it there, and we'll come down there. And along there. Nice little double layered up there with that. There. That's the look I'm going for. So I'll just get that inked up. There's a bit of me that wants to take this flower out. I want to see more of the butterfly. That would have been a quicker bit of fussy cutting if I'd have decided that earlier. Better. That's how I want it. Right. I'm just wondering if I'm going to stick ribbon under there and then we'll just tie it on the side. Or do I want to tie it over the top? I actually like it over the top. So just stick this down. So that is my little journal. Nice little butterfly on the top, nice little spine, pretty flowers on the back, lots and lots of pockets. So I need to now mass make a load of tags to go in this, do a bit of decoration on the front of the pocket. So that will be coming in part 2 of this, what should we call it? Quick, easy, no sew journal. And I might come up with some ideas for some quick, easy journaling spots to put inside. So hope you enjoyed that. I'll link down below to Rach Bella Crafts kits. They're just beautiful, absolutely stunning. Everything goes together really, really nicely. Very versatile to use in lots and lots of different things. And do join me again next time when we will fill this little journal with lots of goodies. Okay, bye for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe.